I spent $60,000 on United Airlines flights this year. That got me their top tier 1K status. But how often does that actually get you upgraded? I'm flying every single day for a week to keep score, testing if the system actually works, and to see if I can get my wife to Disney in first class. Let's fly.
And to be honest, some people might call me a bit of a frequent flyer. You see, this year alone so far, I've flown almost 250,000 miles and over 200 flights, over half of them on these guys. United Airlines, I've reached their top earnable status, Premier 1K, for 2 years running now. But here's the thing though, does having the top status with an airline actually guarantee that you're going to get any upgrades through? I'm going to be flying with United Airlines every day for a week to see how many of those flights actually result in us getting that all-important upgrade. Now the way it works on United is you basically book your flights in economy, and then depending on your status, if there's any unsold first class seats when it gets to the time of departure, they start dishing them out to people who are in economy and upgrading them up. Loads of factors go into that. The more you fly, clearly the further you are up that list. Today, for this flight to Phoenix, I am currently number 2 on the upgrade list. First class is currently full. However, that doesn't mean I'm not going to necessarily get an upgrade, because if 2 people miss the flight or the connection or something, then those seats get dished out. Right, so we're boarding to Phoenix in 31 minutes. Right now, I'm at the gate. I am number 2 on the upgrade list, and there are no seats available. So I'm keeping everything crossed at the minute that 2 people don't show up for this flight in first class. Otherwise, I'm stuck in a middle seat, because I only booked this today because it was the only seat that was left. So we'll see how that goes.
So as I stood refreshing the app and refreshing it again,
1K, now welcome to board.
it was eventually time to board. Flight 1, and I was already failing. Ooh, first flight, no upgrade. Never mind. Fingers crossed it gets better. We've got a middle seat too. Thank you. And so I undertook the walk of shame through the first class cabin and all the way back into coach, where I had to sit in a middle seat. Middle seat as well, never mind. 3 hours, not long enough. That's what she said. And so then flight 1 of the week took me on a 3-hour flight west to Phoenix in Arizona. Being a 1K member does get you perks in economy, like a free snack box and free alcoholic drinks too if you want them, but it still felt like a huge tease being just a couple of rows back from the short ribs and comfy seats up in first. Well, flight 1 done. Anyway, that was a bust, wasn't it? I didn't get upgraded on that one, but it's okay because I've got another flight later on today in about an hour's time. I'm going to go and nip and get a bite to eat, and then we'll get back on the plane to Houston.
So once again, I am number 2 on the upgrade list for this flight. There is 1 person ahead of me, and there is 1 seat available in first class. Ugh, it's very close. 1 person this time not to show up, and maybe we get an upgrade. We'll see. So I've decided to try and do something a little bit local in every place I end up this week on this crazy adventure. I'm not sure what there is in Phoenix.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good.
Can I get a smothered burrito, please?
What kind of meat, right?
With beef, please.
Right then, I figured that seeing as I'm in Arizona, let's do something Arizona. I'm going for a burrito. I know it's Mexican, but I eat a lot of Mexican food here, don't I? I don't see any Arizonian burritos. And you know, it's proper. It's a proper burrito. It's in a metal tray. Normally, the only burritos I have are from Taco Bell. Hey, that's really nice. It's even better than Taco Bell, actually, I have to say.
But as it turned out, that burrito would be the only first class experience on the menu today, because as my ride back to Houston pulled in, I realised my seat assignment was going to be less upscale restaurant and more drive-through.
So Mr. Level has been upgraded. He was number 1, he's now been upgraded, and there's now no more seats left in first. I'm now number 1 on the list, which is good, but clearly you're not going to get an upgrade unless somebody doesn't turn up. But then we're not going to know if somebody's turned up to on the plane, which won't be too late. So I'm guessing this is going to be another no upgrade flight.
Hi there.
Hi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
So once again, I walked through the first class cabin and straight back to my rightful place in economy. Still, at least I had a window seat this time.
Well, no upgrade again. I am in economy plus though again, which you get just as a standard perk of being a 1K, but I am missing a window on this one. 11A on a 737-900. You don't get the window. There's one there. There's one there. That's my window view. Anyway, never mind. Legroom, you know, isn't actually too bad in economy, plus I get quite a bit of space. Remember, I'm 6'5", that's my legroom there. It's actually pretty decent. TV screens, got the little thermostat screens on these with a kind of live TV on them. Not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. At least you get something. It's more than you get in Europe when you fly on short-haul flights anyway. Anyway, 2 hours back to Houston. Let's do it. I hope we have better luck tomorrow.
So, craning my neck to look out the window behind me, we left Phoenix behind and made the 2.5-hour flight back to Houston. Once again, I went for the snack box on the plane, which was quite nice, and eventually we were landing back at home for one more night.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. See you.
Oh, it's you.
It is, Haley.
Oh, awesome, man. Pleasure to
see
meet
you.
you.
Nice to see you.
One of your videos.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So day one ended with a score of 0 for 2, and honestly I was a little bit worried because if I can't even snag an upgrade on a random Tuesday to Phoenix, the odds of me sitting next to Rachel on the flight to Orlando were not looking good. But there was no time to lose faith because the next morning I was heading back to Bush Airport for round 2, and I was hoping it would be a case of third time's the charm.
Can I just say, for what a beautiful airport this is, in the new bits at least, the roads around here are absolutely dreadful. I was just taking a sip of my coffee on the way in, and Rachel accidentally went over a bump and I ended up wearing off my coffee, so I've got coffee stains all down my top now. Amazing. I'm hoping my luck gets a little bit better today. We're off to Idaho today, stop first in San Francisco, California, and we're on a 777, and right now, we're sort of 20 minutes before boarding time. I've just got to the gate and I am number 1 on the upgrade list. So who knows, I may end up getting an upgrade today. There's a few seats free, I think, as well, with it being such a big 777 on this run across to San Francisco. So let's see if we get that upgrade.
I joined the boarding line and pretty soon there was some good news.
Would you know it? I've just refreshed my app and I've been upgraded to first class, which on a 777 is really cool because it's flatbed seats and everything. It's a 4-hour flight over to San Francisco and I've got a flatbed on this run today, which is quite nice. So yes, 1K status pays off.
1K passengers, welcome to Freeport. At this time, only free boarding. 1K passengers.
Hi, good morning. Thank you.
morning.
This way as well. Thank you.
Now, I'll admit that United's domestic 777 first class isn't the best, but hey, it's a flatbed, and if I got lucky, it might even have United Channel 9 working.
Hi. Hello. Good morning. Right, then we are on board. Finally got an upgrade. We're on a 777. I booked this flight specifically because the wide bodies on these domestic routes seem to have a little bit more space in business class, much more business class seats, so you get more chance of an upgrade. So it's always a good strategy to try and book one of these. And I'm connecting through San Francisco to get up to Boise today. I've had a 4-hour run here. This 777's it's in the Hawaii config. It's just come in from Honolulu actually, and it has each row kind of goes top and tail. So I'm facing backwards right now, and then there's people just the other side of me facing forwards, and it goes like that all the way through. A little bit old, a little bit battered, but it is a flatbed nonetheless, and it's on a 777. So let's get out of here and head across to San Francisco, baby.
And as I sipped my pre-departure orange juice, there was even more good news from the captain.
We'll have air traffic control communications available to you. From the flight deck is what you're looking for there in your personal entertainment. Our call sign shouted 2358.
So with a window seat, a flatbed and air traffic control being played directly into my headset, I had everything I needed for the best flight on this adventure yet, as we taxied out for our ride across to the West Coast. So the flight to San Francisco was about 4.5 hours. Not long after takeoff, the crew came round with the morning coffee service, and of course I needed caffeine at this time of the day, and for lunch I went for the beef melt sandwich, which I have to be honest did taste slightly better than it looked. Eventually we reached the coast of Southern California overhead LA before we flew up the coast all the way up to San Francisco, getting some great views on the way. This flight right here, well, to be honest, this is the dream. This is exactly the kind of experience that I want to be giving to Rachel on Friday. I just need to make sure that my luck holds out until we get to the Magic Kingdom. There was a little bit of a delay getting to our gate because there was another aircraft having some baggage handling issues, but it was a great opportunity to do a little bit of plane spotting while we waited, looking at some of the awesome arrivals here into San Francisco.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Take care. Thank you.
Alright, there's San Francisco, California. Nice little ride over, got slightly delayed because of a baggage handling issue on the flight that was pushing back from our stand. We had to go back to the stand, so we've only got like an hour's connection now until we leave on the next leg to Boise, Idaho, which is only about an hour's flight. It's on a CRJ 700. I'm number 1 on the upgrade list right now, but first class is full and there's like 6 seats in first class, so we need one person to miss their flight. Hi there.
I had a little bit of time until my next flight boarded, so I headed to the United Club here in San Francisco, which is actually one of their nicer lounges in my opinion. 1K status doesn't give you access to lounges on domestic flights, but I do get access with my United credit card, and that's how I got in. After a while I headed back down to the gate to watch some planes for a bit, and the regional wing at San Francisco Airport has some great views out of the action. Sadly, it wasn't all good news though, as the doors opened for boarding, and just as predicted, nobody's upgrades cleared today.
You're welcome to be boarded this time.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, you're good.
We're good, yeah. Alright, thank you. Hi there, hi there. Good, thank you. Thank you. Just have my carry-on at the bottom of there, is that okay?
That's right.
Amazing, thank you.
Alright.
There's only 2 rows of first class on these CRJs, but honestly, even economy class on these regional jets is pretty comfy.
So never upgrade on this one. Never mind, it's an hour-long flight, doesn't really need it. It's a CRJ 700. This one, we're back here in 8A. Got another wet wipe. Racking up the collection now. For about an hour now to Boise, Idaho.
Taxiing and taking off amongst all the giants at a big airport like San Francisco in a CRJ is always really, really good fun, and pretty soon we were lining up on the runway to take to the sky. The flight over to Boise took about an hour, which wasn't too bad back here in economy. There's no snack boxes on these regional flights, but they do come around with stroop waffles and a glass of Coke. Eventually we were starting our descent into the plains of Idaho as we touched down in Boise. So 4 flights down and only 1 of them upgraded so far. I had everything crossed that things were going to start to go a little bit better.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, thanks.
Remember where it was.
Alright then, welcome to Boise, Idaho. Lovely little airport, I do like it. We've got a night here in Boise because it's quite late in the day now, so I'm going to spend the night here and we're going to go to a hotel and figure out where we go tomorrow. Alright then, welcome to the Hampton Inn at Boise in Idaho. Here for one night. My name's on the screen, Hilton Diamond. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, it's just right near the airport here, and I just thought I'd come and stay here for a night because it's quite late in the day. It's about dinner time now. Now, honestly, chasing upgrades is stressful enough without worrying about who's chasing my personal data, because, well, moving around this much leaves a massive digital footprint. Companies collect your info, trade it, and sell it, and that's exactly why you get those annoying spam calls and junk emails when you're trying to travel. But that's why
I use Incogni. See, think of them like an automatic upgrade for your privacy. You sign up and they act as a shield, contacting data brokers on your behalf and demanding that they delete your information. They handle the legal stuff, all the follow-ups and all the arguments. And my favourite feature is still the custom removal tool. Just like I'm trying to control this crazy itinerary, this tool lets me control my data. If I see a specific site hosting my information that isn't on the automatic list, well, I just tell Incogni to go and deal with it and they go to work. It gives me total control over who has my data, even if I can't control which seat I end up in on the plane. So if you want that kind of peace of mind, click the link in the description below, enter my code Noel Phillips to get your exclusive discount off an Incogni plan. Protect yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you. Right, data's secured. Let's now go and see if we can secure an upgrade on the next flight. The very next morning, it was time to head back to the airport for day 3 of the United Airlines upgrade lottery, and I had high hopes today.
Well, good morning from Idaho. Time to head back to the airport this morning and once again try our luck on the United Airlines upgrade lottery. We've got 2 flights today across to Chicago and then across to Traverse City, Michigan this afternoon. So let's get my bags packed, let's get across to the airport and see how we do on the first flight of the day.
I'd got 2 flights today and I had everything crossed that at least one of them might have a chance of getting upgraded.
Alright then, on through security, heading down to the gate. One thing I've not done yet here in Idaho is have my Idaho treat. I had tacos last night, not particularly Idaho-y, is that how they say it? I don't know. Not particularly Idaho-y having the taco, so I need to find something a little bit more Idaho-y, some like potato-based product. I'm sure it won't be difficult, but we'll see. Let's head down to the gate and see what we can grab.
And of course, being in Idaho, finding potatoes didn't take long.
Alright, found something very Idaho-y. Gone for the red potato hash, or red flannel hash as it's called. It's made with Idaho red potatoes. These are authentic Idaho-y potatoes. Very authentic from Idaho itself. They taste very much like potatoes. Very good potatoes. You can see why Idaho is famous for its taters and for its spuds. They do a damn good spud in Idaho. Alright, so I got down to the gate. I've just checked my place on the upgrade list. I'm still number 1 on that list. Crucially, out of the 12 seats that are available now, apparently only 11 are sold. And only 10 of those have checked in. So there's a chance that potentially there could be like 2 seats remaining if the other person doesn't check in, but at least there might be 1. I'm still number 1 on the upgrade list. I've not been upgraded yet. The flight leaves in about an hour from now. Generally speaking, in my experience, if they do upgrades this close to departure, you generally find out literally as you're in the line waiting to board. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm keeping everything crossed so they don't sell that last seat in the next hour, and then fingers crossed might possibly have an upgrade across to Chicago. The plane's on its way in, I think, from Chicago right now to take me back. It's an Airbus A320, which is pretty nice. Not very often I get to ride on those with United because Houston is an it's a 737 base, really. There's not really any A320s that come into Houston, so it's nice to actually get a chance to ride on something a little bit different too. So who knows, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens when it turns up. Alright, so the plane's here. I'm still number 1 on the upgrade list right now. This is how late they sort of leave it now. There's still only 11 booked and 10 checked in at this moment in time, and we are going to be boarding in the next sort of few minutes now here, so surely I have to keep everything crossed, so there might be an upgrade going, and it might have my name on it. I don't know. Please let it happen. This is a long-ass flight. It's like 4 hours or something. It really would be nice to get that upgrade. We'll see. We're so close. I can feel it in my bones already. Well, there we go. I've just had a notification on my phone. I've been upgraded. Seat 1B. It's not a window seat, but it's in first class, which is nice. Whew. I was starting to get a bit nervous because they're literally starting boarding, so they must have just cleared all through the upgrades now. And we've been upgraded. So yay.
Here, 1K a little communication here.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Can I grab some headphones as well? Thank you.
Can you see where the numbers are?
Once on board, the reality began to set in. The cabin was looking pretty tired really, a little bit like the 777 the day before. But for a 3.5 hour run to Chicago, having seatback entertainment is always a win. Lunch today was the pasta, mostly because it was the only option they'd got left. The flavour was actually pretty decent, even if it was stone cold in the middle. Sadly though, I can't really show you the view out over the Midwest or over Chicago because everybody in first class apparently hates sunlight on this flight, so blinds down, movie on, I just enjoyed the extra space.
Thank you, have a good day. Alrighty then, Chicago. And while I was on that flight, I got an email to say I've been upgraded on the next one too, which is pretty nice. Albeit the next one's like an hour-long hop. It's on an Embraer actually, not a Canadair regional jet. They've changed it, so it's a slightly bigger plane. It's a little bit more legroom, which is nice, but it's still only an hour's hop across Lake Michigan. Let's head across O'Hare now. This airport is a nightmare. I am fast finding it my least favourite airport apart from JFK here in the States. The connections are just a nightmare.
O'Hare is nice in some parts, but here in the regional wing it's grim. Low ceilings, crowded hallways and people pushing you out of the way just to get to their flights. It always reminds me of the Greyhound station in Manhattan. Pretty soon though I got to my gate and the Embraer 175 was ready to take me across Lake Michigan to Traverse City.
And our 1K numbers are welcome to board.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you.
All set?
Oh, sorry, thank you.
I might have had an upgrade to first class, but the only wet wipe on board today was me. Was a super quick 34-minute flight across to Traverse City today, but it was ridiculously bumpy for the entire flight, so the only service we got was a quick glass of Coke halfway across Lake Michigan. Honestly though, it's better than what they got in the back because the cabin crew didn't even make it back that far.
Welcome to Traverse City, where the local time is approximately 8:08 Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you very much. Have a good night. See ya. Alrighty then, welcome to Traverse City, Michigan. Let's get across to the hotel. All right then, another day, another Hampton Inn, this time in Traverse City, Michigan. They're all starting to blend into one. They look exactly the same from one to the other. It's like Premier Inns in the UK. When you stay in them, you know what you're going to get. But anyway, here we are. This is Traverse City, Michigan. The weather's a bit minging outside. The regional Embraer first class on United Airlines. I got the upgrade, that was pretty nice. It was a 34-minute flight from takeoff to touchdown, which is crazy. They literally had time to bring us round a cup of Coke and that was it. Nothing else. So you get no service really. Slightly better seat, but then those other seats on the Embraer are also pretty nice. It's a nice little plane to fly on. They're pretty comfortable with a lot of legroom on them on the regionals over here. So yeah, I don't know if that, I wouldn't have paid for that. Certainly not, especially not for a 35-minute flight. It really is not worth it, but it was nice to get that upgrade nonetheless. We'll see what we get when we head out of here tomorrow. I'm going to get a good night's sleep here, I think, in a nice bed in Traverse City, Michigan, and tomorrow we'll continue this great adventure and see what the odds are like tomorrow. But I am going to see you in the morning. Good night.
The next morning, I woke up in Traverse City, but there wasn't time to hang around. I had to get back to Houston for the Disney trip the next day. It's a double connection day, so let's see if United plays ball or if I'm stuck back in economy for the long ride south.
So I'm back at the Traverse City International Hypergalactic Spaceport. It's however many flights a day, but we're going to go and check in again. I am once again flying on United through Chicago today, so yeah, that's going to be fun, isn't it? Let's go and see how it goes. No upgrades as yet. We'll see how we go. I'm going to check the list when I get through TSA and figure it out. And I've got to have something local as well while I'm here. Apparently Traverse City whiskey's quite good. It's a bit early in the morning for that, but hey, let's get through security and we'll figure out what we're going to do. Right then, seeing as though we are in the Cherry County Airport after all, I figured I'd go for cherry pie. It must be like the local delicacy up here, so we're going to have some Michigan cherry pie. Oh, that is something else. I think so far beats the potatoes of Idaho. Probably beats the Mexican food that we had over in Phoenix as well. So you've done a good job here, Traverse City, Michigan. I just say, by the way, what an absolutely lovely little airport this is. There's TSA behind me, and that's the entire extent of the airport. There's like 4 gates. That's it. Anyway, next flight. I am currently number 1 on the upgrade list, and out of 10 seats in first class, there are 8 taken. So there's 2 free at the minute. So unless somebody in the next half hour books a flight from Traverse City to Chicago, then I should hopefully, fingers crossed, be upgraded, even though it's just on a little Bombardier original jet thing across to Chicago. So we'll see if we get that upgrade or not. Fingers crossed. It might be when they start boarding again. We'll figure it out. I don't know.
But I wouldn't have too long to find out, because before long there was the roar of a CRJ touching down outside and a ding on my phone with some good news.
Right, so about 10 minutes until we board the plane now, and I've just had my notification. I've been upgraded. Yay! This is actually turning out quite nice. Most of the flights I've done, I think now, have been upgraded on, so that's pretty decent. So yeah, see, 1C, it's an aisle C though, again, but hey, I suppose with it being on an aisle, it's row 1, seat C, so 1C, so it means that I'm literally by the door for when I get out, and I've got that connection down to Houston, so I'll be the first one off, hopefully. So that's pretty decent, and it's, like I say, it's only an hour-long flight as well, so yes, first class, baby, for the 34-minute flight or whatever it is to Chicago.
From your 1K members, thank you for your loyalty to United Airlines. You're welcome to pre-board at gate 4.
Hi there.
Hello. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hi there, how are you?
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Now, I might not have had much of a view out of the window, but sitting in an aisle in row 1 is always cool because you get to geek out at the flight deck before they close the door. Before long we were taking off, heading back across Lake Michigan on a 40-minute flight. We got served a packet of cheese and a drink today, which was nice as long as you're not dairy intolerant, I suppose. Thankfully everyone kept their windows open today though, so as we got closer to Chicago, I got a great view of the parallel traffic landing into O'Hare. Now all I had to do was run.
Wow, would you believe it's exactly the same gate that I got yesterday, G4 over in this American Airlines concourse. And I've got an even longer walk now, and an even shorter connection because I've got to go from C gates through the Plinky Plonky tunnel. Amazing. But the good news is I've been upgraded if I make the flight. And found out on that one that I've been upgraded to seat 2E or something on a max 9 if I make it. Let's go and figure it out.
So once again I had a marathon to run in Chicago, one of the longest possible domestic transfers in the United concourse. I had 25 minutes until boarding began. The app reckoned it was a 25-minute walk away, but I managed to do it in 16.
We have made it 16 minutes, and it's probably the longest, just about the longest connection you can do here at Chicago. 16 minutes that's just taken me. I reckoned about 25 minutes in the app. It might be a big airport, but at least I know where I'm going for the most part, which is quite nice. On a side note, by the way, talking of Chicago, what the heck is nuts on Clark? Because it sounds really rude. And every time I come here, I see like these little shady little booths with massive lines of about 30 people deep. People wandering around with bags that say nuts on them. I have no idea. People from Chicago, let me know. For now, though, I'm just about to get on the plane and probably sleep after that.
Our Premier 1K is to pre-board.
Thank you.
Thank you, Noel.
Thank you.
Like, should I just go in the bathroom and hide?
Hi there.
Hi, welcome.
For the second time on this adventure, Channel 9 was working, so I could listen to air traffic control all the way back to Houston, even if I couldn't see out the window. I went for the pasta this time, which was actually cooked this time, which was pretty nice, and fairly soon we were landing back down into Houston.
Alright, we are back in Houston for one night. I'm going to head home and get some sleep.
So here we are then, day 5. We've made it to the finish line. 5 days, 4 cities and thousands of miles later, and it all comes down to this. I'm back in Houston to pick up Rachel for the most important flight of the week. The destination is Orlando. The goal, the fireworks. But the upgrade list, well, it's looking tighter than ever.
And we have made it to the end of this week, and we are on the last day. We've got something super special today because this is where we hope that everything pays off and rounds off nicely, because I have a visitor with me today. You're tagging along today. Today's flight, we are off to Orlando. Now, right at this moment in time, you, my dear, are booked in first class. I am sitting in the back in 11F or something. So, I'm in economy. I am really hoping that this
Stay
upgrade...
right there with the coach.
Stay in the coach class.
Stay in the coach.
Thanks. I'm really hoping that I get an upgrade so I can actually spend this flight with you. Which would be nice, wouldn't it? We could actually go and
stay
sit.
back there. It's fine.
Brilliant. Brilliant, thanks. So right at this moment in time, I am number 2 on the upgrade list, and there are 2 seats free. There is a chance that I might actually get my upgrade. Don't know. Not 100% sure. We'll see. It's an Orlando flight, so they tend to not have that many business travellers as such on them, so we might end up with an upgrade. I don't know. We'll see when we get to the gate. Should we go and get to the plane?
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out. All right, Rachel, I have amazing news.
You're staying in coach?
No, I am being upgraded, and I'm going to be joining you in the jet set lifestyle in the front of the plane.
Okay.
What seat are you?
5F.
1A. Yay! Oh no, that means I'm like literally the opposite corner. I am literally the opposite corner of the cabin to Rach. Amazing.
Oh wow.
So you're going to have some stranger sat next to you for the next 3 hours.
That's any different to you being at the side of me?
Wow, thanks. Yeah, well, you are right. So we're off to Orlando. Well, even though I'm off the opposite end of the plane to you, I'm still upgraded. So we're both going to enjoy that first class snack box or whatever else.
I was going to say
we don't get more on a flight to Orlando.
Perfect.
So let's go and get on the plane, and I will holler insults at you from seat 1A, because 1A is the special seat, you know. 1A is where they put the most special people on the plane. So
there
that's
are
why
so many comments that I could make right now.
I am special. Very. And let's go and get on the plane and have some coffee. You've got your coffee there.
I do.
Let's go and get on the plane and let's head to Florida, baby.
It was soon time to board, and I got some good news. I went up to the desk to ask if there was any chance of us sitting a little bit closer together, and they managed to shuffle some people around to allow us to both sit next to each other. Win-win.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good day. Right. How you getting on in? Thank you. It's chilly on here. I welcome on board the last flight of this adventure, and I spoke to the gate agent, and then they managed to shuffle some people around. So sadly for Rach, she sat next to me now. And I'm not in 1A anymore, I'm in 3A.
But I've moved up from 5 to 3, so woohoo!
Rachel's moving forward and I'm moving backwards. Kind of about right. Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Well, you know, I couldn't possibly comment on that.
Anyway, we've got 3 hours now across to Orlando, and we're going to enjoy it. Have a fun night away in Orlando. Should be good. Although we are on this beaten up old plane. This is one of United Airlines' oldest 737s. 23 years old, this one. Delivered in 2002.
It's still younger than you.
Good morning and happy holidays, everyone. In any case, we're on the flight.
And so with everyone on board, it was time to head off to the land of the mouse. It's about a 2.5 hour run across to Florida from Houston, and Florida is one of those weird destinations from Houston. You see, United's meal service in first class means that if you fly more than 900 miles, you get a hot meal, but if it's less than 900, well, you don't, you just get a snack. Orlando happens to be just a smidgen under 900 miles, whereas if you head down to Miami, it's exactly the same flight time, but it's just over 900 miles, so you do get a meal on that run. It's one of many quirky routes like that across America where you can actually be on the plane for a longer period of time, but because the flight distance is just a smidgen under the 900 miles, well, you don't get a meal. You know, they call it 1K status. It's supposed to be about priority boarding, free drinks and free upgrades, but as we made our way into Orlando, into the Magic Kingdom, I began to realise that the real value probably isn't on the plane, it's about where that plane takes you. And honestly, getting here, sitting next to my favourite person in the world, well, that feels like the ultimate upgrade.
Well, here we are. We made it.
It's been
Disney
so long
World.
since we've been to Disney.
Last time we were here was with 2 under 5s.
Yes, I know.
In the middle of the heat.
I know.
Anyway, we're here for a very special reason to finish off this video.
I spent this whole week counting dollars, counting upgrades, counting miles, counting wet wipes. But standing here watching this, the numbers just kind of fade away. You see, airline status can get you a bigger seat, it can get you on the plane first, but it can't buy the memory. That part, that's up to you. We've dreamed for years that one day we'd be able to see the fireworks at Disney, and thanks to this crazy week, well, we achieved it. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.